Hey, this is Professor Perez from Saddleback College. Today, we're going to do a lecture on the properties of multiplication. And of course, we can't get started without our student of the semester, and that's Charlie. He better be ready to go. Hey, Charlie. What, been working on your timetables? Yeah. Okay, we'll see. Anyway, let's get going. There's our first problem right there. Okay, Charlie. What's 8 times 7? Well, let me help you out here. What's 8 times 5? 40. Okay. What's 8 times 6? 48. That's right. Now, what's 8 times 7? 56. 56. Very nice there, Charlie. That's right. Okay. Well, let's look at some properties of multiplication here. What's 3 times 4, Charlie? 12. That's right. That's 12. You should know that. Now, look at this next problem, Charlie. 4 times 3. Now, what property says 3 times 4 is the same as 4 times 3? The commutative property. Very nice there, Charlie. And 4 times 3 is 12. That is true. Now, that is the commutative property for multiplication, which states that A times B is equal to what, Charlie? B times A. Very nice there. Okay, now, let's look at this problem over here. 2 times 3 times 5. Now, we're going to work this problem left to right. Notice everything is being multiplied together. Order of operations, that lecture is coming up very soon. And that'll talk about, which do you do first? Multiplication, division, parentheses, exponents, addition, subtraction. We'll get to that very soon. But anyway, let's get through this lecture first. Okay, Charlie, we're going to work left to right. What's 2 times 3? 6. That's right, 6. Bring down your 5. What's 6 times 5, Charlie? 30. 30. Very nice there. Now watch this. In this attempt, we're going to do the 3 times 5 first. What's 3 times 5, Charlie? 15. 15, that's right. Bring down your 2. And what's 2 times 15, Charlie? 30. 30, yeah, you better know that one. That's right. Well, notice here, both answers are equal to 30. They're the same. And notice in the first one, we did 2 times 3. In the second one, we did 3 times 5. This demonstrates the associative property for multiplication. Oh, what fun! Anyway, what is the associative property for multiplication telling us, Charlie? It's telling us that, hey, if you have A times B in parentheses times C, which means you multiply A times B first, it will be the same as multiplying the B times C first, and then multiplying by the A. And the problem we did up there, that demonstrates the associative property. Well, you might be thinking, hey, when am I ever going to use this in real life? Yeah. Well, probably on the next exam, for sure. Anyway, let's go on here. Now watch what happens. So pay attention. We're going to learn some more Kung Fu math. That's right. Okay. We have 2 times 3 times 4. What's 2 times 3, Charlie? 6. Times 4 is 24. We simply work left to right. Now watch this. Instead of, I have 2 times 3 times 4, what I'm going to do is I'm going to switch the 2 and 3 by the commutative property. And instead of 2 times 3, I'm going to put the first 2 as 3 times 2, and then multiply, right? Because I can do that. It's a commutative property. Now, 3 times 2 is 6. 6 times 4 is 24. And there you go. Now, the 2 and the 4, I'm going to switch that order. Notice I now have 3 times 4 times 2. All I did was apply the commutative property to that 2 times 4 and made it 4 times 2. And then I'll work left to right. 3 times 4 is 12. Times 2 is 24. So what I am demonstrating here is that, hey, if everything is being multiplied, you can multiply in any order you want. Okay? Only if everything's being multiplied together. Remember? Don't forget that. Okay. So watch. We're going to try some Kung Fu here. Instead of working left to right, hey, 2 times 3 times 5, they're all being multiplied. I'm going to multiply 2 times 5 first, because that gives me what, Charlie? 10. That's right, 10. And what's 10 times 3, Charlie? 30. That's 30. Remember, 10 times 3 is the same as 3 times 10. What property is that? Commutative property. That's right, commutative property for multiplication. Okay. Now, let's step it up a bit. Okay, Charlie, pay attention to that one over there. We have 2 times 3 times 4 times 3. Okay, Charlie, do this problem working left to right. 2 times 3 is 6. 6. All right, Charlie, time's up. Anyway, we're going to bust out some Kung Fu on this. Watch this. Everything is being multiplied. So we're going to go 2 times 4 is what, Charlie? 8. 8, that's right. And what's 3 times 3? 9. 9. 8 times 9, some people know right away what that is, or some people think of the commutative property for multiplication and realize 8 times 9 is the same as 9 times 8. And Charlie, what's 9 times 8?
72.
72. Very nice there. That is just too good. What? Anyway, let's go on again. Let's do another problem right here. 2 times 3 times 4 times 5. Now, don't get scared. Okay? Just relax. Use the force. Okay, here we go, Charlie. Watch this. Charlie, which two numbers do you want to multiply first?
3 times 4.
Okay, 3 times 4, sure. Which is what?
12.
12. And that leaves us with a what, Charlie?
2 times 5.
2 times 5. Very nice. Which gives you 10. And what's 12 times 10, Charlie?
120.
120. There you go. Secavo. Anyway, the answer is 120, and we just busted out some kung fu on that one. Okay, well, I know a lot of you are probably saying, these problems are easy. That's not going to happen in real life. Yeah, we'll see. On my exams it will, and that's real. Anyway, here we go to this next problem here. 6 times 3 times 2 times 4 times 7. Here's an attitude adjustment problem for him. All right, Charlie, which one do you want to do first?
6 times 2.
Okay, we'll do the 6 times 2, which is?
12.
12, okay. What's next, Charlie?
3 times 4?
3 times 4, which is?
12.
12. And what do we have left over?
7.
7, that's right. So notice here, we have a 12 times 12 times 7. Now, Charlie, if you know your times tables, what's 12 times 12?
144.
That's right, 144. Very nice there. And we have 144 times 7. Now, how do we do 144 times 7? Well, there's a few different ways of doing it. We're going to do it 3 different ways. Watch. Well, first of all, we realize 144 times 7 by the commutative property is the same as what, Charlie?
7 times 144.
7 times 144. Okay, now we're going to go back to one of the earliest lectures in this pre-algebra series, which is something that had to do with something called expanded form of a number. Now watch this, Charlie. We have 7 times 144, and we're going to write 144 in expanded form. 100 times 40 plus 4. What we're trying to do here is we're trying to learn in our mind, we're trying to learn mental math on how to do 7 times 144. Watch. Now what we're going to apply is the distributive property, Charlie. Watch. 7 times 100 is what?
700.
700. We go to our next one. What's 7 times 40, Charlie?
280.
280, that's right, because 7 times 4 is 28, so 7 times 40 is 280. A 28 and a 0. And at the end, Charlie, what's 7 times 4?
28.
28. Now see, all we have to do is mentally add 700 plus 280 plus 28. But we can still write some of these numbers in expanded form. Watch. 700. Now how do I write 280 in expanded form, Charlie?
200 plus 80.
200 plus 80. And how about 28?
20 plus 80.
20 plus 80. That's right. Okay. And now watch this, Charlie. What's 80 plus 20? 100. 100. So 700s plus 200s plus another 100 gives you how many hundreds, Charlie?
10 hundreds.
That's right, 10 hundreds, which is actually 1,000. Okay, so we have 1,000, and don't forget, we still got to add the 8, and there's our answer, 1,008. So you might be saying, hey, I'm not going to write out all those steps. That's fine. You're still going to have to add those numbers in these vertical formats. Watch. So here we go, Charlie. 144 times 7. What's 7 times 4?
28.
28, that's right. Next one, 7 times 4.
28.
28, but that's 28 tens, so we put the placeholder to give us the 280, and 7 times 1 is 7. It's 7 hundreds, because that 1 is in the hundreds. And there you go. You're going to have to add 28 plus 280 plus 700, and when you add them up, you're going to end up with 1,008. Watch. First column, 8. 2 and 8 is 10. Carry your 1. 7 and 2 is 9, plus 1 is 10. 1008, okay? Now, we can use the other vertical format with carryover. Watch this. 7 times 4 is 28. 8, carry your 2. 7 times 4 is 28. 30, carry your 3. 7 times 1 is 7. 3 is 10. There's your answer. Whew. Anyway, we're done. That was fast at the end there, but you should be up to par with your multiplication. Anyway, we'll see you all again soon.